Hello everybody, this is Connor, BoatsDon'tSink, here with Weekly Weiss for September 16th, 2022. This week we've got something a little different. There were not any regionals over the past weekend. However, during the week we did have some other kinds of announcements, some news from the Japanese side of the game. They had a product reveal stream, or like a strategy presentation stream, where we got to see a bunch of new upcoming sets for the Japanese edition of the game. So we're going to take a quick look at those and maybe discuss a little bit of which ones we think might come to English. And second, today, September 16th, is the release date for Attack on Titan Final Season, the first English original of 2022. And what's looking to be a pretty strong set, especially with the set 1 and 2 Attack on Titan support being able to back it up. So first off, looking at the new Japanese title announcements, there's a few of them, and I wasn't quite as excited for this stream as I was the last one. Last time we got like the Sword Art Online anime 10th anniversary set, Overlord 2, and a few other things, but there were still some really good ones here, and a couple that I am really excited for. So, first up, we had something that I don't think anyone, I think people wanted, but weren't really expecting, especially after it had already gone to Rebirth earlier, but we have Azur Lane. This is an interesting one because we've had Kantai Collection in, Weiss since 2014 in Japanese, 2015 in English. It's gotten 4 whole boosters in Japanese. It got 3 of them in English. We never got the most recent one, which I don't know. We don't really know why we never got the last one, if it was just the others didn't sell well, or if there were actual licensing issues or what. But Azur Lane is kind of, I think, seen by a lot of people as sort of the successor to Kantai Collection in terms of it's girls that are boats in a mobile game, or in a, I guess Kantai was like a browser game, but same thing pretty much, right? It's getting 4 trial decks, 1 for each faction, and a booster pack releasing in December, so not actually that far away for the Japanese game. And do I think this will come to English? Well, judging by the fact that we didn't get the most recent Kantai Collection set, it's hard to say, and I think this one's probably one of the most up in the air as to whether we'll actually get it or not. But the mobile game, as far as I'm aware, does do pretty well in English, so I think it has a pretty good shot. We did get Kantai Collection in the first place, with set 1 and 2 and 3, so I think this kind of thing has some kind of appeal, and I think Azur Lane, it's actually a lot more accessible in English. They actually released the mobile game in English, so I think that's kind of a sign that maybe it'll have better chance than Kantai Collection. I'm hoping to see it. This is personally the one that I'm most excited about from the stream, so I'm really hoping to see Azur Lane. I will play the heck out of that. I need me some more boats to live up to my name. Second, we had a set that, again, I think this one actually people were expecting for a long time, and I'm personally surprised it took this long for us to finally get it. That time I got Reincarnated as a Slime Volume 3. So we had Volumes 1 and 2, which were both based off of Season 1 of the anime. Now, we finally get Volume 3 for Season 2 of the anime. This is a great show. Really self-aware isekai that puts a spin on itself to sort of joke about the isekai genre, but great show. Already a really good deck. Set 1, it was one of the most dominant decks around, though that was during COVID, so hard to tell in English. Set 2 has put up a pretty good showing, even in the face of some stronger decks that have released, and it kind of has like 3 to 4 real builds floating around, so it'll be interesting to see whether set 3 builds on those existing decks or introduces even more new builds to play. Will it come to English? Absolutely. There's no question about this one. Sets 1 and 2 have done incredibly well. Set 1 even recently got reprinted, so you know, I think there's clearly a demand for slime in English. We're definitely going to get set 3. The third set they revealed, unlike the past two, was probably one that really no one watching the stream had heard of. Maybe some of the Japanese viewers, but as far as Westerners go, I don't think this one was on anyone's radar. This is Heaven Burns Red. It's a mobile game, I think, like a gacha game sort of thing, made by Key. So, or it has, I guess, like story and characters by Key. So that's gonna be like your Angel Beats, Summer Pockets, Little Busters, all that stuff. I've taken like a little bit of a look at the character designs, and they're all right, but I don't really know much about the game or the story or anything like that. And I don't think most other people do either. But it's getting a trial deck and a booster pack. Nonetheless, this is really just, I think, Bushiroad being as close with Key as they are, from getting all the like, Key 20th anniversary, the new Key All-Stars coming up, etc. Will this come to English? No, but I'd be very shocked if it did. We don't really get any of the other Key stuff. Angel Beats was kind of the only one that made it over, because that was actually really popular in the West, but I don't see any of this other Key stuff making it. Other set we got, I believe the last new title that was announced is Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. So this is another one. This is all old. Not old, but I mean 2019 was season 1, and it just got season 2 the beginning of this year, I believe. So, and this is the season 2 key visual on the announcement image, so I'm expecting the set will have season 1 and season 2 in it. It's, you know, it's your power fantasy isekai, like, it is what it is. I'm not very happy to see this one, but that's just because this kind of show isn't my thing. Do I think it'll come to English? Yeah, I'm expecting it, honestly. I think this kind of just falls in line with like Overlord, Goblin Slayer, kind of even Slime, stuff like that. It's a genre and style that appeals to a Western audience, though the MAL scores might not reflect that. But I think it really is. It's something that's popular enough over here that people like to sit around and watch for some reason. So I kind of expect us to get Arifureta. I think it'll be happening. This one that I obviously can't even hide with the blur because it's such an iconic logo. Star Wars. It's getting a premium booster, so we're getting even more Star Wars support. Premium booster being what the Love Live series are getting soon, and what HoloLive already got, where everything has lots of fancy foils. But they are all new cards, so this will be, you know, new support for Star Wars. It is featuring episodes 1 through 9, so it's going to have a lot of stuff that we didn't get in the previous set, notably the prequels, so we get an actual Anakin card for once. But do I think this has any chance whatsoever of coming to English? No, like I don't have to hide that one. Like we haven't gotten the actual base set, and it's licensing hell, so probably not getting this. And the other one, in pretty much the same vein, it's another premium booster. It's releasing on the same day. It's Marvel, the Infinity Saga. So this is gonna have all of the like Infinity War stuff for Marvel. I believe it goes all the way through Endgame. So it'll be some additional support for that deck, which, again, super popular. Everyone wants it. What is it gonna come to English? No. Like, it's like all the Disney stuff, and probably just is like, we know it's licensing hell. Other people probably have the license for this kind of stuff already. I don't think Fantasy Flight might not actually be around anymore to be a problem there, but someone bought them, if I remember correctly. And it's probably still in there somewhere, and we're not getting this stuff. Don't worry about it. Go buy the Japanese cards if you want them. We also got some updates on D4DJ. We have release dates for it now. There's 3 trial decks and a booster pack. Trial decks releasing February 24th, the booster pack on April 28th. Again, for the Japanese edition. This was one in the last stream when I did a video like this. I expected D4DJ to be coming to English. With these release dates for Japanese, it makes sense that we haven't heard anything about it on English yet. That would put it releasing, you know, sometime near the end of next year, honestly, for English, like probably September, October, at the earliest, really, like September at the earliest, probably. So I do still think this is going to come to English just because, you know, similar to Bang Dream, it's a Bushiroad mobile game. They have released the mobile game in English. They can pretty easily just print these on cards and it's not going to cost them anything, and they can ship it out. And people will chase their favorite girl's SSP, or whatever ridiculous rarity they put the cards in this set at. So yeah, I still think this is going to come for sure. And lastly, we got a little bit of information on Chainsaw Man, which is actually already announced for English. They announced it at AX, if you remember their big poster there, or like big wall there. The only information we got is that the trial deck is going to be releasing in winter 2023, and the booster pack will be early summer. So to me, that reads as March and July, which I think is actually pretty reasonable for the booster pack to get a simultaneous release in English. I had mentioned that last time, that I think this is one, especially with the announcement actually coming in English first, that I think they're going to be going for the simultaneous release here, like they did with Tokyo Revengers, or they attempted with Tokyo Revengers. And July makes perfect sense. That means we'll probably be, you know, hearing about a date sometime in the next 3 to 4 months. Yeah, super excited for this one. This one's going to be a really cool set. You'll notice another thing real quick. The trial decks, they're no longer listed as Trial Deck Plus. Starting, I believe, either in December of 2022 or in like January 1, 2023, they're getting rid of the Trial Deck Plus branding and just changing their names back to Trial Deck. There's no reason to call them Plus anymore. It's been 5 to 6 years at this point since we made the change to Plus initially. And there's not really any confusion between Trial Deck and Trial Deck Plus anymore. It's been made clear that all Trial Decks moving forward are going to have the 2 foils, like the 2 SRs guaranteed, minimum 2 copies of every card, really playable effects. We're not going back to the archaic days of the old Trial Decks. They're just changing the name back to Trial Deck, so people don't have to ask, oh, what's the difference between Trial Deck and Trial Deck Plus? Like, is this set going to have both? Do I need to look? Etc. We're just going back to Trial Deck Plus. On the English side of the world, we got Attack on Titan Final Season, as I said, releasing today. Trial Deck Plus, booster pack, and supply set. Set looks really strong power level-wise. Not, like, overly strong, but it's definitely going to be a competitor. Flavor-wise, I'm still a bit disappointed on it, but, you know, that's not something I have control over, so I'm just going to try to build the best deck possible out of it, and do some winning with it, right? But as usual, I will be doing some decks for this. I've got to figure out what decks I want to cover. I'll be starting on those as soon as I finish uploading the Quintessential Quintuplets 2 decks. We just have Yotsuba and Itsuki left, and those will be coming up within the next week. So hopefully after a weekend or a weekend and a week of testing with Attack on Titan Final Season, I'll have some decks that I feel confident enough to share. And in the meantime, if any of you out there are playing the set and testing decks and want to share some of your ideas, let me know, and I'll take a look at them and consider doing a video on them. But that's it for this week. Not much other news, no tournaments. We do have this weekend the BCS 2022 for Chicago, or Rosemont, Illinois, and Osnabrück, Germany. I think it's this weekend. So good luck to everyone playing in those, and next week, obviously, we'll be covering those results as well. In the meantime, you can find me at BoatsDon'tSink on Twitter. You can find our store at Iron City Games on Facebook and ironcitygames.tcgplayerpro.com, where you can get cool stuff like singles and playsets and sealed product, and you can pre-order all of it. Well, you can't pre-order singles, but you can pre-order playsets, you can pre-order sealed product, and you can buy singles from us. So go do that. We have card. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.